Tubers. Shout out, Crazy Dad Nitro. You were right, guy. I'm gonna get her fixed. The gears finally came in. It's time for some nitro therapy, right? Crazy Dad Nitro. I like those sayings. I like those words. Nitro therapy. It fits. I mean, it really does. If you need to just take your mind off of troubles and just focus on one thing, the Aussie hobby's for you. Nitro for me, electric for you, whichever you like. But it's all therapy. So shout out to my buddy, Crazy Dad Nitro. Try not to get your name wrong. Yep, so we got the 2-speed gears for the 2-speed. I'm going to change the ones on the clutch first. So I think those will be the most interesting. And then we got to change these ones, the top of there. And then that one down there. Shouldn't be that hard. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Gonna get my Savage back up and going. Yeah, buddy. I already got it all taken apart, ready to go. It was already half taken apart anyways. I've been waiting for this. Now we're ready to rock and roll. I like to clean everything before I put it all back together, so that plate's gonna all get washed. See, that's all dirty, yuck, bleh, barfomania. So everything's getting clean and going back together. First, I'll get the gears and everything all put together. I'll bring this back when I got something more to show you. Tubers, get together. It's not really that hard. It's gonna take your time. I don't know why it has that weird shape on the back. It looks like you could put a cover over it, but if you look at the way that lines up, I think the cover would hit it. If there was a cover that would fit inside there. I don't know what that's for. It didn't come with anything to fit inside there. It just came with gears. So I have no idea what that's for. And it came with these two little screws, which obviously go in those two little holes. Right? But there's nothing there. I don't know what that's for. If anyone knows what that's for, I'll be curious to know. First gear and second gear, that's what these are. But, yep, that's it. I guess I'm going to tackle this top gear first, and then I do this one last. Not too hard. Could put these two gears in next. I don't know what's supposed to go there. It looks like something goes there, but I don't have nothing. I don't know. I'll try to look that up, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, it was pretty simple. You just take that clip off, being real careful, of course, with the flathead screwdriver. And then, boom, that gear falls off, and I got to take that one out of the package and put that one on, and then screw it all back together. Really simple. Voila! Gears are in there. I just stuck those on there to show you how they fit, right? And I'll tell you, this gear is way heavier than the one that replaced it. So this is going to be a lot less moving mass inside the truck. I think if you were building a lightweight, high-speed Savage, these gears might be the ticket because they're strong and very, very light. This is 70-75 aluminum. There's no playing around here, guys. This stuff's real. I know aluminum's not as hard as steel. It's not hard in steel. I get it. Right? There's a difference, but the big but in the room, it's so much lighter. And it's gotta be stronger than those plastic gears that I stripped. I mean, look at those suckers. They're gonzoed, right? Is that what's gonna happen to the aluminum? I don't think so. I think it'll be pretty good. But we'll see. Let's go one more gear. I gotta replace that gear down there. A lot of these gears are still good. It was just the plastic ones that got beige. I still haven't figured out what that space is on there. Like, it's supposed to have a cover there or something. I don't know. Maybe it's for something else. I don't know. Let me split this case. Alright, tubers. I finally got that clip off. I got the new gear on. This clip was a pain in the butt. I used it like a pair of pliers and push on until I was able to see a little tiny gap. I was able to get the... See those little gap right there? Can you guys see that? See how that ring has like a little piece missing on the inside? And you're able to get the screwdriver in there and pry it out. I had to find that little gap. I couldn't see a gap at first. I'm like, how am I going to get that C-clip off of there? It's not even a regular C-clip. This is weird. But I got it back on there. We're going to shove that clip back on and shove this back together. Sorry for the poor camera work here. Hey, tubers. I wasn't really going to film this, but thought some of you would get a kick out of this. Not everybody, but some of you as well, so why not share it, right? This is a piece of carbon fiber. This is the leftover piece because I save everything. I made myself a new shock tower in the shape of the other one that I had there by Intergy, and it was all bent. It kept bending, right? It kept straightening it out, kept bending. And I get tired of that. I get this piece of carbon fiber, and I kept looking at it, like, I can make that fit there. I can make my own shock tower. You know, these are going to go to there, and bada bing, bada boom. But she fits. You know, these have these little insets in the back. It fits right in there. Trust me, it fits. So yeah, carbon fiber shock tower. I gotta wash it up to get it as clean as I can. But yeah, the transmission, I put that 2-speed aluminum GPM kit in there, and it was horrible. I can't even tighten the screws down all the way. Third gear, the pieces that the clutches engage on, and it was like missing them. And the ones that came from my truck, like this piece, it wouldn't fit inside the gear. So this one, no, it's one of these. It goes on this one, right? It has 3 screws. That has 3 screws. Which way? It goes like this way or something like that. It goes like this. It sits in there and screws in there. Well, it wouldn't fit in the new ones. So I don't know if because my transmission's old, or if it's just because it just didn't fit and it was cheap China junk. I don't know. GPM stuff has been pretty good to me. But this time I have to say, fail. Don't buy this. Don't buy that kit, man. I mean, I had to put some electrical tape in between the seams of the box. Just so, I mean, it works fine now with it a little bit loose. But if you tighten the screws up all the way, it binds. Kind of like my buddy, the Texas Hill Country Homes. He's having the same problem with his Savage, his XL. Every time you tighten the screws on top of the box, with the transmission, the gears will bind up. But I think he had the wrong bearing in his, because this is just a Savage 25 transmission. It might even came from a Savage X. I don't know. I have so many Savages. They were all 25s, I believe. So I think it's a Savage 25 transmission, not even an X. So I don't know. My transmission is probably a little bit older than his. You know, a little different maybe. I don't know. So maybe that piece is what's different. So on the third gear, which is this one, which is the one I stripped out on it, I'm pretty sure that's a 3-speed gear. Yeah, because you don't want to have a clutch. The second gear is you start off the second gear, because we start off on first, and then second gear is the one that kicks in. That's the one with the clutch. Okay, yeah. So that's second gear. So it's 2-speed tranny, second gear. So basically, I had those 2 screw holes right where these little nubs would be. So I put grub screws in the holes, but then the clutch that spins in there was hitting on the screws. So I had to grind a flat spot on the end of the screws. So when I screwed them in there, the flat spot would face the clutch. That way it could freely spin. Now it has those 2 screws in there for the clutch to engage on, because it didn't have these little dogs. See those 2 dogs? It's got 2 dogs on each side. See that? That's for the clutch to engage. And there's a slot right there, which is to adjust the clutch. And there was no dogs inside there. It was like it was missing something. I'm not even sure if I took a picture of it. I was pretty aggravated when I was putting it together, because everything went together right, but that second gear is just missing something. So I had to, because I put flat spots in the screws and drove them through, so there was screws there instead of dogs. Now it has something for the clutch to engage. It's gonna work, but you know, it's definitely not ideal. Definitely not. I wouldn't recommend this kit at all. But you know, I couldn't afford the hardened steel gears right now, and you know, the good weather is only so long where I live, and winter's coming, so I just want to get it going. So it's gonna run, it's gonna go, but you know, I had to make it work. Well, it's gonna work. I got a plastic spur on there, kind of up in the air. Where I put the 49 tooth plastic spur, I got a 49 tooth metal spur. Imagine that, hardened steel. But I also have a hardened vented clutch bell on it, and my Robinson clutch bell is a little bit messed up. It's still usable. You see that? It's still usable. It's just a little rough. But when you put it on there, the bell is not. It's not centered. It actually wobbles a tiny bit. I don't know if that affects the way it works or what. It looks like you can see a little bit of blue on it. I don't know what that means. Did it overheat? I have no idea. But I don't have any bearings for it because I ate the bearings. But that up there. See that box? That's the box from it. Yeah. What did I do with the engine? Right here. There's the big red. I have a vented. What is that? 16 tooth? I think it's a 16 tooth. Or 15. Oh, it's a 15 tooth. Yeah, so I'm going to match that up to a steel spur, I think. I probably could use that plastic one, but I think because this truck's kind of heavy, it might eat it. So I think I'm going to go with a hardened steel spur. And that's what we're going to run. I'm just going to get it back together now. I actually think I want to wash this first. I'm going to scrub it because I had it in a vise. It might have marked up one side. I'm going to put the good side to the back. And the side that's maybe a little marked up to the front. But it's good. It's custom, baby. Custom. Custom, baby. She looks different in the light than in the dark. Because it's carbon fiber. Yeah, hopefully you guys like my shock tower. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all put together. YouTubers, this is taking me forever. Well, I wanted to change the clutch shoes. If you look inside there, you can see they're blue. I put aluminum clutch shoes in there. The original clutch shoes had seen better days. Yeah, they'd seen better days. Look at that. If I can get that on camera. You see that little lip there? Had a lip worn into it. I think they're kind of worn. It's still working, but a little worn. I had those new ones. I want to try the aluminum ones in there, so we'll give them a shot. People have said the aluminum ones grab better. I used the stock original springs and just changed the shoes. I think that the springs were working fine. I think just changing the shoes and see what happens. So I went with the steel spur. I'm just going to bolt the engine up, put the exhaust back on, and put the tank back on. We're getting there. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. It's really hot out. So, little by little, we'll get there. So let me put some more of this together. Hey, tubers, all done. How's that look, huh? Little green bling bling? Yeah, buddy. I think it come out mint. That matches the rear wheelie bar. Check that out, huh? You get some light on the situation here. Yeah? Yeah? What do you guys think? Custom. All custom. 6 mil thick. Of course, I drilled a hole to get to the rotor style. You see it right there? Yeah, buddy. We're good to go now. Come on, mint. Come on, better than I even thought it was gonna. Now we get rid of those old body mount holes we don't need. And this ain't bending. 6 millimeter thick carbon fiber. It's gloss. I like that. You can get it matte or gloss. I prefer the gloss. Yeah, it looks really good. Yeah, buddy. I would love to get a new bumper, but no. I kind of like the old style better than the new style. But yeah, she's ready to rock and roll now. As soon as the rain ends, it's delayed out now, but it was really hot today and now it's raining. Oh, you can't see nothing out there. She's ready to rock and roll. I keep feeling like I forgot something, but I don't think so. I think I got everything covered. It's that transmission that's really getting me. Those gears. But it is an aluminum, and they're tight. So I loosened the top screws, but the side screws are in there. So I think once it breaks in, it'll be fine. I mean, it's flowing fine now. If you tighten up these screws all the way, it wants to bind up a little bit. Maybe the case is just a little bit worn. Or maybe they just made the gears a little bit too big. I don't know. But she's ready to go. I wouldn't recommend that kit, though, like I said before. But as soon as I get some running video, I'll post that video up. Hopefully you guys like my custom shock tower. Yeah, buddy. Oh, and I got the steel spur and vented clutch bell on there. Right there. You guys like my stand? Yeah, buddy, I got like a bearing wedged on top. And I got the screw thread locked in, but I left it a tiny bit loose, so now it just spins. Works mint. Minty, minty. So yeah, she's ready to rock and roll. So you all stay confident, but humble. Peace.